Let me start by expressing my thanks to Mark Drakeford for his invitation to address you, and to say I believe I speak for the whole of the Labour movement across the entire United Kingdom to say we are incredibly proud of Mark Drakeford and his achievements. His leadership of Welsh Labour, his expert and sensitive handling of COVID, his lifelong commitment to social justice. Mark, you are and you continue to be an inspiration for all our party. And can I begin too at this 2023 Welsh Labour Conference by congratulating you as a party for earning 100 years of political dominance in Wales, winning every general election in Wales since 1922 and every Senate election since 1999. I can tell you, you can rightly claim to being the most successful political party in the history of democracy. I applaud your historic achievement, and let me add that you have also proved that devolution works. From creating the first Children's Commissioner, the first nationwide free school meals and free breakfasts, the first to end the physical punishment of children, the first to ban single-use plastics, the creation of the UK's first regional bank, the new treatment fund, free prescriptions for all, building 21st century schools, Flying Start, the Young Person's Guarantee, social partnership, the nurse bursary. Don't let anyone say to you that all parties are the same, that politics doesn't matter, that voting Labour can't make a difference. You have proved that voting Labour here in Wales makes all the difference. And all the time, you've been upholding and discharging the socialist mission of defending and creating good jobs and attacking poverty wherever and whenever it is to be found in Wales. All these are advances only possible because of the contribution of Welsh Labour Party members. And it's because you've pioneered a new relationship between the autonomy that the Welsh people desire and the cooperation across the United Kingdom that the Welsh people and all of us need, that you have inspired the report of the Commission on the Future of the United Kingdom that Keir Starmer asked me to chair alongside Carwyn Jones and Paul Murphy. Under its recommendations, the next Labour government will achieve an aim dear to all our hearts, a demand for more than 100 years. Labour will abolish the House of Lords and replace it with an elected assembly of the nations and regions. The next Labour government will entrench in our constitution the universal right to healthcare, free of charge, the obligation to end child and pension of poverty, now placed on a statute, setting out our duties as citizens to each other, including building a sustainable environment and good jobs for all. And our Commission recommended that we should entrench the devolution settlement. So the next Labour government would ensure that no Tory government in Westminster could ever again overrule and undermine devolution at will. And the next Labour government will not only create a Council of the Nations and Regions to address matters of common interest and concern, but give new powers to the Welsh Senate across policing and justice, across the management of the economy and economic affairs and employment, including the control of the job centre network. And it is my view that just as we moved speedily in 1997 to enact devolution, these powers should be legislated in the first year of the first term of the Labour government. And that's our plan. The maximum autonomy possible combined with the maximum cooperation necessary. Now, some say we don't go far enough, but we were clear we were working in the shadows of and subject to the conclusions of the Williams-McAllister Commission that you've set up in Wales. And so instead of second-guessing them with separate recommendations, which might be rightly viewed as Labour forming a form of Labour centralisation, when proposals for change should not second-guess your own commission within Wales, we said that further new powers awaited and would flow from the recommendations of the Williams-McAllister Commission, which should be ready in time for inclusion in the UK manifesto at the next election. And to those who suggest we have fallen short on some issues, I say, look at the overriding principle that guides all we said, that all the powers that devolution offers Scotland can be applied to Wales when and if your party and your government desire and demand them. For the principle is clear: self-government matched by shared government, matching the autonomy Wales desires to the cooperation across the United Kingdom needed to deal with pollution, pandemics, common economic and social challenges, defence and security. Now, in recent years, an unreformed centre in Whitehall has been exposed as out of date out of its depth and out of touch with your needs and every local community's needs, and all too often exposed as out of control amid the misuse of power, the abuse of patronage, behavior so unethical and unacceptable, sleaze and scandal so pervasive that millions of people, both Leave and Remain voters, still feel neglected, ignored, forgotten, and invisible to the powers that be in Whitehall and Westminster. And this often leaves people feeling treated as second-class citizens. And as Welsh Labour ministers and Welsh MPs have argued so persuasively, it's time to end the culture that allows Whitehall to tell Wales, you get what you're given, because that is corrosive of public trust. And so we know we have not just to change who makes the decisions in Westminster, but change the way decisions are made. And to ensure the right powers are in the right places, we must first stop the wrong powers from being wielded by the wrong people in the wrong places. And so Britain needs the new constitutional changes we propose. New rules to enable public servants always to serve the public, an end to MPs' second jobs, a ban on all foreign funding of politics, all enforced by an anti-corruption agency to investigate wrongdoing, all guided by an integrity and ethics commission that monitors standards in public life, backed up by a citizens' jury undertaking a regular review of standards in public life. 50,000 civil servants transferred out of London to save £200 million, many of them coming to Wales. And that's part of the economic reconstruction of our country that the Commission proposes. After 12 and now 13 years of some of the lowest growth, lowest productivity, and post-Brexit, the lowest investment in our history, it has meant that today Welsh GDP per person is 73% of the UK average. Wages averaging at least £1 an hour lower here, and that's nearly £40 a week below those of the UK as a whole. With the shocking, unacceptable, and immoral consequence, 39% of children in poverty, and more than 33% of households depending on universal credit. And sadly, poverty and inequality will last until doomsday if a UK Conservative government is all that confronts it. Only a UK Labour government working with a Welsh Labour government, Keir Starmer and Mark Drakeford working together, only that can support the new innovative job creation that we need in expanding economic clusters here around semiconductors, cybersecurity, renewables, and including steel, all capable of creating well-paid jobs in digital, environmental, advanced manufacturing, life sciences, creative industries that are the future engines of growth, employment hotspots capable of creating tens of thousands of new high-paying jobs, showing us how local economic partnerships can create a supportive local environment for new job creation. And I know from discussions with Mark and your team that this mission is your mission. So instead of developing only some of the potential of some people in some areas of our country, we can create a country that develops all the potential of all people in all areas. You know, as Labour Party members, that wherever you travel in Wales, there is talent yet to be developed, ability still to be realised, endless potential waiting to be fulfilled, and conscious of the huge gap today between the Britain we have and the Britain we have it in our power to secure, we must act with a new government at Westminster. You know, 100 years ago, our Labour pioneers set out on this journey to build a country founded on social justice. And their struggles, their sacrifices, their achievements will, I know, inspire all of us to redouble our efforts to secure that stronger, fairer, greener economy under Keir Starmer and Mark Drakeford. That must be our goal. That is our defining mission. And that, friends, will be Labour's next achievement. Thank you.